Всем здравствуйте, с вами снова чайная линия, и в этом видео хотели бы задать несколько вопросов представителю из Индии, зовут его Аджей, он занимается поставками индийского чая по всему миру, и хотелось бы узнать его историю чая. Hi Aджей.
Hi Alex, how are you?
I'm fine, you?
Good to see you.
Can you tell something else about yourself, about your business, about history of you?
My name is Aджей Dir. I belong to a company which was founded by my father 60 years ago in 1957. And we have been exporting since that time. In the initial stages, we were exporting mostly to Afghanistan. And then now we are exporting mostly to Australia, Middle East, and a few other countries. Our basic market is still the domestic market, which is one of the biggest markets in the world.
And your family also export tea in our countries. You told me your father worked with Soviet Union.
Yes.
True?
Yes. My father worked much before in 1957 in Afghanistan. And then after that, when there was buying for the Russians, for the USSR, that time they used to do.
In which country you export tea the most?
We export mostly to Australia and Middle East.
And if you talk about country, India, export to which country the most?
Maximum, I think one of the largest exporters for India is Russia today. One of the largest is Russia, Iran, the Middle East is a very big market. UK used to be, but I still feel one of the most important markets for India is Russia and the CIS countries, the erstwhile USSR countries.
In our country, in Russia, Indian tea associated with something, with a cheap tea and not good quality tea. But I know that in India there are good tea. Can you tell about the price of the good tea in India?
See, I think there are different types of teas, and as you know that we can have teas maybe from $2 to maybe $100 a kg. And there have been cases where we've had world records of maybe $2,500 a kg also. But on an average, people are mostly drinking teas worth $4-5 per kg in India. That's the market in general. And normally in export also, depending if you take Russia is still buying fairly good teas. There are other countries which buy common teas, but Russia is still buying a lot of orthodox, very good teas from India.
What about Chinese tea in India?
Chinese tea is we know in India we know that China is the largest producer of tea in the world, the largest exporter of tea in the world. It is popular. Chinese tea is popular, but mostly everybody thinks that Chinese tea is green tea, nothing more. There's not much education regarding Chinese tea, but it is coming through. But on the other hand, China has started buying a lot of Indian teas.
And what kinds of tea prefer to drink in India?
In India, mostly we would like to drink milk teas. That's the black tea with milk and sugar and
honey, maybe.
Pardon?
With honey.
Yes, not with honey, mostly with sugar. Yeah. But there are certain parts of the country where black tea is only Darjeeling or without milk is catching up.
And in India produced just two kinds of tea, black tea and green tea.
No, I will not say we produce only two kinds of tea. There are two types of manufacture. One is the CTC manufacture and one is the orthodox. In CTC we have different types of teas, and in orthodox also we have different types of teas. There are different regions which are producing tea in India. Maybe you have Assam, Darjeeling, Duars, North Kangra, South India, Nilgiris. These are all very famous. Every region has got its own different types of teas. So orthodox and CTC is a different type of manufacture, how you manufacture.
How many square kilometers tea fields in India? Do you know this?
There's no measurement as far as the number of tea fields. On an average, I think Assam has more than 700 estates, and Darjeeling will be having about 60 to 70 estates. Similarly, South India has got many estates. And Assam and North India produces about 600 million kgs of tea, maybe 650 or slightly more. But together, all India produces about 1250 million kgs of tea. That's a lot of tea.
And what kinds of tea do you prefer?
Oh, we've been brought up with milk tea, so we prefer milk tea. Strong milk tea.
That tea, and you like that tea.
Yeah, we like, and that's why we drink most of our own tea.
Do you drink tea from China?
Yes. This is my second trip to China, and I'm beginning to enjoy it. The trip and the tea. There's so much of variety, but it requires a lot of education. You have to learn a lot about Chinese tea and the culture, how it is.
And what do you think about Chinese tea?
Oh, it's fantastic. There's so much to learn. There's so much to, see. There's a lot to learn from China as far as tea is concerned.
And the taste is different, very different.
Yeah, the first basic difference is most of the Chinese tea, or in fact all the Chinese tea, is without milk. And we have almost 90% of the tea is with milk. So that's the biggest difference.
And what do you think about China, about Chinese people?
Oh, I've
The same.
had a lot of good times from my last trip. I'm really enjoying myself. The people are very nice, very hospitable, very kind, and look after you very well. That's been my experience so far.
How Indian companies sell tea in domestic market? They have tea stores, maybe sell by internet.
No. Look, our consumption is about 900 million in India. A lot of it was in the wholesale, through shops. But from the past, I think about a decade or so, maybe 15, 20 years, packet teas division is really picking up. There are major multinationals. There is a major multinational. There are, large corporate Indians in regional and all India setup. They are into packets also. But specialty teas are still sold, through the shops on retail. We have tea bags picking up, all sorts of varieties to sell teas.
Are we in India tea clubs or something like that?
No, we don't have tea clubs as such, but we've got a lot of tea shops which are coming up. Tea cafes are coming up. They are probably having a lot of Chinese teas also, Indian teas also, and teas from other regions of the world.
And in tea cafe you can come and they prepare tea. And
Yes, they can give you iced tea, they can give you hot tea, they can give you, all sorts of tea and, flavored tea, everything.
Is coffee popular in India?
Coffee is very popular, but there are, like India, mostly the central and North India is dependent on tea. But South India is very, very strong on coffee. But now tea is picking up in South India and coffee is picking up in North India. So we have, if you take on an overall average, North India is mostly dependent on tea and South India is on coffee.
And if you talk about whole India, it's about 50-50. 50% drink coffee, 50%.
Now I would say it will be about 65-35. 65% tea and 35% coffee.
That's fine.
Yeah, because in India it's the cheapest drink.
And coffee is more expensive.
Coffee is more expensive.
Do you have a coffee plantation?
Yes, we have lots of coffee plantations in India, in South India. And India exports a lot of coffee also.
And coffee is more expensive than tea?
Yes, it is. For the general public, even on the roadside, it is a bit more expensive.
I think because in India drink more not whole leaves tea, broken leaves, and less tea.
No, there is no. In India, mostly we drink mostly the CTC manufacture. So there is no question of whole leaf there. There the leaf is crushed or the manufacture is different. So the leaf doesn't remain, by itself full. And that is what we have. And there in CTC you have the larger grains and the smaller grains. And
for Indian consumers, very important which leaves, whole leaves or broken leaves.
No, but if you're having black tea from Darjeeling, then you look at whole leaf and you look at brokens and vannings and everything. But CTC, there is no whole leaf. The leaf is crushed and torn and curled. So the leaf doesn't remain as itself. And the fact is CTC has got a better cuppage than whole leaf. You get better liquor, you get faster, You have more liquor from CTC.
And is tea bags popular in India?
Yes, tea bags is getting popular in India, unfortunately, but it is getting popular because people are having less of time and they want to, just have a cup of tea and move quickly. Yeah, and more of convenience, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.